Education 3000. I am Noemi Paimal, the founder of Educatiooon with 3 O's, 3000. And today we are going to see our purple petal. We go on with the 7 petal school videos. Hello, Dave.
Hi, Naomi. Hi, everyone watching at home. I'm David Fegan, the International English Program Coordinator at Education 3000. You're watching our Level 1 series, Co-Recreating Education, 25 videos. And in the last 6 videos, we've been looking at the 7 petal schools, which represent 7 pedagogical areas. This is the final video, not of the series, but about the 7 petal schools. So let's have a look at this purple petal and why it's so important to include in education. First, though, we're going to do a little bit of a recap. So for those of you who've been watching the series, okay, you understand everything. For those of you who don't know, the 7 Petal Schools for Peace is a cutting-edge, comprehensive, and dynamic educational proposal created by Education 3000. As I mentioned before, the 7 petals represent 7 pedagogical areas for the harmonious development of the human being and for a durable culture of peace. Because beyond education, we're also looking at, making society a better place as well. And education is fundamental to that. So let's, Naomi, have a quick recap of the petals, the first 6 petals. The first one, the blue petal, physical and kinesthetic development. After that, we looked at the yellow petal, articulated cognitive development. The pink petal, social and multicultural development, peace culture and emotional intelligence. The white petal, aesthetic development, arts, geometry and bioarchitecture.
Yeah, express yourself through all kind of arts. And green, of course.
Ecological development and clean energy systems.
Yes, definitely.
The red petal, which we looked at in the last video, hands-on development, applied sciences, so doing. And we saw some great videos of young people who are doing and using that information to help society. And the petal that we're looking at today, the purple petal, personal development and self-sciences, Naomi.
Yeah, and you can see this purple petal goes hand to hand with the pink one, with the peace culture, to have this emotional intelligence completely balanced. So it was important to add up the last petal, which is only inner development. Know thyself, know who I am, why I am here. Those fundamental transcendental issues that sometimes we are not attended, nor at home, nor in the school. And this is a huge void inside of your heart. And that's why sometimes some people, they say, oh, yeah, oh, kids or children, I don't feel fulfilled. I don't feel full inside. What's happening? We need the purple petal and really make sure in all educational system or whatever we do, we have this part inside fulfilled. And it's called self-science as well.
And it's also important to like you said, the link between the pink petal and the purple petal, it reminds me as well of that sort of expression, like when you're in a relationship or something like that, you need to be good with yourself first to be good with someone else. So it's not just, working on yourself, but it's working on yourself. So first you're good with yourself, but then you can, do something good in society, and also a sense of self-fulfillment that's maybe not necessarily just materialistic or hollow, because we can see people, and there's no judgment here, but we can see examples of people who do have a lot of material things but are still not happy. So very important thing to address, because sometimes society tells us if you have this, this, and this, you're going to be fulfilled, and you end up feeling empty.
Yeah, that's correct. It's called as well education of happiness. I know that we talk a lot about that all over the place, but it's the big priority. It's like you have education outside, so you know all kind of techniques and jobs, and you are expert. But the same way, we need education inside. The same way. If not, it's half of the job. I mean, or you're half a human being. So good outside, but so empty inside, and that doesn't make sense. And that's why we have so much depression and this kind. And even the bullying is about not having inner satisfaction. So by having this purple petal, we prevent all violence, all bullying. We help with peace culture, and we help with happy people. If you're happy, everything will unfold by itself. You see, this is a most utmost priority.
So yeah, when we
Or
say
self-science. I love this
self-science,
word. Self-science.
personal growth, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Know thyself. The famous Socrates. That was so many years ago. And still humanity is working on that. And it's beautiful to have it inside the school system or any kind of educational system. A couple of examples of what we can do. Everybody is asking, but what do I do with my purple petal?
So active philosophy, cosmogenesis, structure of the universe, quantum physics. So maybe for people who don't necessarily understand what they mean, or the concepts are a little bit vague, can you give us a little bit of an explanation, Naomi?
Yes, most of the time, especially children and young people, they want to know philosophy, but they want to know why and be active with it. So that's why we put active philosophy. Okay, I know something about myself, but how can I share it or do something for the society? And then everybody's asking where I am, where do I come from, what is the structure of the universe, and then we relate it to quantum physics, because quantum physics has a lot of information that helps to understand how things works and how do I work as well, how I can fit into all that. So that's maybe strange subject, but they are so useful. And mind you, even the children, they are very interested and they ask for it and they ask for more. Another example,
So Mayan calendars, classes on universal laws. Why did you pick these examples, Naomi? What do you like
because
about
the
these ones?
Mayan calendar is full of symbols, and it's called meta languages actually, and you can know who you are in your essence because you have 13 kins, but it's yourself, so it will vibrate or it will resonate. Actually, it's called a resonant intelligence with yourself, and you know yourself better. And universal law is related to the previous one. You know how the cosmos work, but how the things works. Like a simple thing like cause and effect in English, causa y
Cause and
efecto.
effect. Mm-hmm.
This is fundamental to know all the law and the relationship between them. And we have 12 fundamental laws, for instance, and we teach that to very young kids, and they understand, of course, with practical example. Like mentalism is very easy to understand when you're a kid with some very practical exercise. This is a famous meta languages, symbol archetypes, mandala yantras, that really help to connect with the essence of yourself and of the creation. This is a beautiful
How do you
flower
feel they help us connect with our essence?
because you have the law of creation inside this kind of geometry and symbols. So you could know, like this one is a flower of life. So the flower of life, for instance, is like the beginning of two cells, the beginning how creation bilocate and creates the first atoms. You can go to very deep subject, but it's very concrete because you can see it and touch it. And the children, they always ask for some more. We did recently a workshop on that. And the one teacher, she wanted to see if kids were interested. You know what she did? She
What did
went
you
to
do?
the public park with the flower of life, with the metron cube, and that's complicated geometry. And all the children went over to her in the public park. And so they said, can we draw? Can we do it? So they were drawing. But then she had the teenagers coming to her and she said, oh, they are going to make fun of me. And they asked, can we play too? Can we draw too? Can we know those figures? And they went straight to the Metratron cube, which is the most complicated one. And so she told me, see, they really, really loved it. And we have to incorporate inside the school system. Interesting, huh?
Totally.
Yeah. Of course,
Also,
relaxation. Yeah.
relaxation and inner connection exercises, mindfulness, anti-stress techniques, all very important.
Yeah, relaxation. Sometimes there is so much stress, even the shoulder are stressed, the arms because you write too much. And we have to lower this stress. Remember when we saw neuroeducation, these doctors from Uruguay, I mean from Argentina, working with the Ministry of Education of Uruguay, and he said stress is really the main problem with education, and you can make you can have brain damage for a long time if you have too much stress. So definitely, and I really recommend mindfulness, which is a whole series of program that's introduced to schools all over the world, and they are very good exercise. Actually, we will see a video of them on mindfulness at the end of this presentation. Oh, I love this one. Gurdjieff dance. It's a dance with a lot of symbols. If you have the chance to get a Gurdjieff teacher or Gurdjieff dance teacher, please do it. And the children, they are very, very good with this kind of dance. Martial arts can be in the purple petal because it helps with energy, good breathing, and manejo de energía, energy, handling your
Management.
energy.
Managing your energy. And we've divided them into low intensity and high intensity because different children, different teenagers, they sort of like different things, you know. So low intensity maybe Tai Chi, Qi Kong. High intensity could be karate, Aikido, Judo, Kung Fu, Nei Kung.
Among others. And for teachers and parents, please go to the low intensity and we can relax through Tai Chi, Qigong, and this kind of martial art. And you really reconnect yourself. You feel so balanced after that. Definitely. And for young people, like my daughter, she said, "No, mommy, I don't want to do Tai Chi. It's too slow." So she went to Nikon and she loved it. So respect that. Some kids, they want low intensity, another high intensity. The same with us. And this one is my favorite.
The Jedi Academy.
Jedi, you know Jedi, the Star Wars, la Guerra de las Estrellas.
Totally. Star Wars. Everyone knows Star Wars.
And we learn, and we learn with here is Bolivia. Actually, this is my academy. I used to work. I was a student over there, and I really loved it because it's extremely fast, and it was with sticks, not with the light, beautiful saber, espada.
So
But
it was
we
with
did
sticks.
it.
It wasn't with a lightsaber.
It wasn't like saber because it was a broomstick with tape around, but it's very good, and you learn ethic and you learn how to help others. You have to be a Jedi. For young people and kids, they love it. They love it. There is a plus in these Jedi academies.
I imagine it must have been very fun, and you laughed a lot and smiled a lot and felt good afterwards, right?
Yeah, we were doing 4 hours straight. This is a public place in La Paz where we are, and we used to do it it was before the quarantine, the lockdown, of course. I loved it, and I love the meaning too. So it was great. Yoga. Some people, they don't like yoga, but look what you can do with yoga. This one, a real yoga. What do you think?
I think it's a nice way to maybe make it attractive to other people and still get the same benefits of yoga, right?
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun to be backwards, and it will give good oxygen to your brain and wake up the pineal gland. It's excellent. Oh, this one. I love this one. I used to do this one too. I still do it actually.
So yoga done in pairs or acrobatic yoga as well. It looks difficult, but you can do it, right? It's not just for super fit people.
No, you can do it. And I could stand, and I'm not that young, but I could be the person below, and I could lift up person. So it's good for strength, it's good for balance, for confidence, electricity,
Elasticity,
electricity to stretch out. You feel
teamwork.
good. And if you don't like yoga, this one you will like it anyway, because it's too much fun and it's challenging. So there is many ways to do yoga. This is what I want to say. And oh, this is very important topic. This is an important topic.
So yoga and energetic and not anatomy. Why is it so important, Naomi?
Yeah, because we always learn the bone anatomy, you know, the bone, the muscles and the tendons, but we are not only a physical body, so we have to know the rest of our, it's called energetic anatomy, to know how it works, where we get our energy, and it's links to the meridians from the Chinese medicine. And it's very good to know about our different type of energetical bodies and how to handle them, and how to balance them. One more.
Yeah, so relaxation and awareness through breathing.
It's called as well conscious breathing, which is fundamental, especially abdomen breathing, which is breathing with lower part of
Abdominal
the
breathing. Abdominal breathing.
abdominal. And this is a very good habit. Anything happening, just breathe. Actually, I know my own kids, they were telling me when I was stressed, they were saying, Mom, breathe, Mom, breathe. And oh my God, my kids are reminding me. And use silence. So we have a couple of ideas here.
Yeah, so silent community moment for all, conscious listening, conscious breathing, conscious direct observation, conscious inner observation, and moments of nothing, otherwise known as bioconsolidation. What can you tell us about these, Naomi?
Yeah, the silent community moment for all. I went to several schools, and for instance, every day at the same time, I know a school in Mexico, for instance, it's 1:40, everything is silent. I mean, the teachers, secretaries, the staff, the bus drivers, and they have 10 minutes of very nice music, and they just relax, close their eyes, or be silent, whatever they want, or meditate, or just fall asleep. But it has to be in silence. And it's a good moment to rebalance all our bodies, talking about energetical anatomy. The one I want to talk about is CDO, conscious direct observation. It's like if a child is observing, let's say, a flower, an insect, ants, they love ants. We don't interact. We don't say, oh, my love, this is an ant, and look, she's doing that, that, that. No, we let them decoding anything they see, feel, touch, even the stars, for instance, he stars at night. And it has to be in complete silence because it's a secret process when they decode everything. And it's like, it's a very personal experience, and we shouldn't interfere as an adult. This is what we call CDO. And the other one, CIO, is inside. Okay, what's do you feel inside? What is the solution? What do you think about this? So they can go inside and ask questions and have this connection. And this is in silence as well. A moment of nothing is called bioconsolidation. It's like you are in a hammock or you just lay down and you let your cells absorb the experiences and the knowledge of the day or the morning or the class or whatever. And it's very important because if not, we go on to the next class and we go on and go on, and then we have the workshop and then we have the team and then we have this, but there is no moment where it's called sink in English, like the thing, everything can sink in and it's more profound and you don't forget as well. You see, do you understand what I mean? Or
Yep.
did I talk too fast?
No, it's clear.
And I'm very excited with this. It's part of education and it's very important, and it's part of construct ourselves from inside. This is a video of mindfulness. This is so cute. Do you have time to see it?
Let's have a look. It does look very cute, doesn't it?
No, they have wonderful videos. You can unload it and show them, and that's it. Use this material. It's all free on the website, actually.
Hi friends, my name is Mindful Aussie, and today I'm going to teach you about a special superpower that you can use no matter what you are doing or where you are. This
I
superpower
love it.
helps you with
Superpower.
school, sports,
Very
music.
attractive for the kids. Vivid colors.
It can also help you calm down when you are angry, sad, scared, or have any other feelings you don't like. This superpower is called mindfulness. Mindfulness helps you pay special attention to anything with love. There are lots of things that we can learn to be mindful of. What am I doing right now? Breathing! Did you know that we are always breathing all the time? Even though we are breathing all the time, we usually don't notice it. That's why today we are going to learn how to pay attention to our breath. This is what we are going to do. Together we are going to take a long, deep breath through our nose for 3 seconds, as if we're filling up our belly with lots of fresh air. Then we're going to hold all that fresh air in for 3 seconds. Don't let it escape. After we've held our breath, we're going to slowly let it all out through our nose for 3 seconds. Let's try it together. Ready?
Ready, Naomi?
Ready.
1, 2, 3. Hold it. 1, 2, 3. Let it out. 1, 2, 3. Let's try that again. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3. Hold it tight. 1, 2, 3. And release. 1, 2, 3. Good job. You have just learned how to pay attention to your breath and how to stay calm and relaxed. Now, let's all say this together. I am calm and relaxed.
I am calm and relaxed.
I
Calm
calm.
and
calm.
relaxed.
Great job. Let's say it again. I
I
am
am
calm.
Calm and
Yeah.
relaxed.
Mindful breathing will give you lots of special superpowers. So try and do this whenever you remember. And the secret is, the more you practice, the better you'll get at it. Till next time, bye friends!
So super important. It sounds simple, but it's like you notice it. I sometimes I do it if I feel stressed and I feel a lot better. So for kids to start doing this and develop these habits early on will really help
That's it.
them as well, you know?
It's a habit, and that's it. And the sooner you have it, the better. And then you don't forget it for your whole life. How do you feel now, Dave?
I feel better. I imagine as well, you know, in a classroom or any kind of setting, you can do it for a little bit longer, set up the space so it's relaxing, and do it for a little while so that you enter into that feeling of relaxation and the stress goes away. That was just a little example, right?
Yes. And then you can have a little corner, like a peace corner, when you can lie down, when it's okay, when nobody can bug you, and you arrange your environment as well. Dodecahedron. You know why we talk about dodecahedron always in page 3000?
Why, Naomi?
There is some pedagogue or expert, especially in Peru, there is a movement called Asiri. They say the dodecahedron, when you put them together, will have the shape of the DNA. And they say if you work with dodecahedron or work inside a room that is shaped as a dodecahedron, it will help with the connection with the DNA and to wake up some DNA strand that we have like dormant for now. Like this one, she's inside the dodecahedron, this lady. Or even use, this one is a Rubik cube.
A
Rubik cube.
Rubik's Cube.
You can use this shape. You can find them. That's very interesting. Or you can have these kind of rooms. I know some college in Peru, they have one room has a shape of the dodecahedron, and they have special topics over there, like the purple petals topics, the breathing exercise, the relaxation. They do it inside this dodecahedron shape room. And what
So we
about
finished.
your own drawing?
Yeah, we finished the summary of the 7 petal schools, and Naomi, I think you wanted to make a little bit of a challenge or an opportunity for our viewers and also their students or their children to create their own 7 petal school, right?
Yes, please, after this video, or maybe you can review the 7 petals. But the most important, please take a piece of paper as soon as you can, have some colors, and draw your own schools. It can be petal by petal, or it can be whatever you really want, and have fun. And if you put it on paper, it's very good. Then little by little, we will do it. This lady, she's from Spain. She even put some windmill here, and then she put a beautiful river and a fish pond, and there is no limit. And then this is the best gift you can give to humanity and to your children and to the children of the world, is a beautiful, complete education, beautiful school with not only a school, it's a all holistic eco biosystem where we are with life, with solidarity, with peace, and we transform our heart and we transform the world. This is a proposal.
And another interesting thing that I want to say to our teachers and parents watching, it will be interesting, maybe compare your 7 petal school with your child or with your students. What things are similar? What things are different? Is there something that maybe the child or the student has done that you think, oh, that's a good idea? Because as well, like, they're the ones who are being taught, right? And maybe why have you chosen something else? So an interesting opportunity for reflection, comparison as well. Teamwork.
So we invite you to have a family meeting and all draw, or even do in 3D. You can build up with boxes the school you really dream of. And the same if you are a school teacher, ask all the students to draw, to talk, to do a theater on their ideal school. And we co-build it together. This is our commitment, and it's fun.
So you can check out all of our videos, 21 years of videos on YouTube, resources on our website. There are lots and lots and lots. I can't stress, there's so much stuff to check out. Get in touch via Facebook or Gmail. All of these you can check out in the description below as well to copy and paste. Naomi, we've finished the 7 petal schools, but we've still got a few more videos left in our level 1 series, Co-Recreating Education.
Yes. We will go for 5 more videos. So next time we will see something very interesting. It's called Game 3000, and let's have fun. So we keep in touch.
Stay tuned. Check out the next video. Thank you, Naomi. Thanks, everybody.
Take care.